Good afternoon, students. So today's lesson is about normal distributions, and at the end of the lesson, you must be able to use normal distributions. Um, so the key concept of normal distribution, we have here, it's called the empirical rule. The empirical rule is 68 to 95 to 99.7%. What does it mean? So in a normal distribution, 68% of the data fall within one standard deviation of the mean. The middle part of the of the normal distribution is the mean. So from here, this is the mean. This is one standard deviation above the mean, two standard deviation above the mean, and then three standard deviation above the mean. This one is one standard deviation below the mean, two standard deviation below the mean, and three standard deviation below the mean. Six excuse me. 68% of data fall within one standard deviation of the mean. So that's above the mean and below the mean. Divide 68, that's why we have 34 degrees. 34%, I'm sorry. 95% of data fall within two standard deviation of the mean. So from this one to this, that is 95% of the data. You already have 68%. So 95 minus 68, you divide it by 2. So this one is 13.5%. 99.7% of the data fall within three standard deviation of the mean. So from here, going to here, that's 99.7% of the data. You already have 95%. 99.7 minus 95, that is 4.7% divided by 2, so which means each of the side will be 2.35%. Now let us use this concept to answer number 1. So the heights of adult American males are approximately normally distributed with a mean of 69 inches. So you write here the given that the mean is 69 and the standard deviation, so that's the SD, symbol is here, standard deviation is 2. So what percent of adult males are between 67 inches and 73 inches tall? So you draw a normal distribution. The middle one is the mean. One standard deviation above the mean, two standard deviation above the mean, and three standard deviation above the mean. This is one standard deviation below the mean, two standard deviation below the mean, and three standard deviation below the mean. So the mean is 69. Okay, one standard deviation above the mean, 69 plus 2, that's 71. 79 plus 2, that's 73. 73 plus 2, that is 75. Left side, 69 minus 2, that is 67. 67 minus 2, that is 65. And 65 minus 2, that is 63. The question is, what percent of the adult males are between 67 and 73? So we're looking for this part, 67 up to 73. The shaded part, that's the question. Okay, so percent we have, let's say that's X greater than 67 but less than 73. Okay, so we know that this part is one standard deviation above the mean, this is one standard deviation below the mean, and this is 13.5. So this is 34%, this is another 34%, and you have the 13.5%. Where did I get that? Remember the previous slide here. So this is the 67. What was that? 69. This is 71, and this is 73. So you have there 34, 34, and then 13.5. So you add that, that is going to be 34% plus 34% plus 13.5%. That will give you 81.5%. So, as a conclusion, 81.5% of adult American males are between 67 and 73 inches tall. Do not forget the final answer. Okay, so you try practice exercises number 1.